Hi all, I wanted to make a quick video about two indicators that you could use that will work very well and probably give out signals that are going to be useful for trading. Before I begin, I would like to mention that this is an educational channel. All content over here is for the sake of education. Kindly read the disclaimer you see on the screen and in the description below. With that said, let's proceed. So this is more or less going to be part of my two indicator series where I use two indicators to show you how they can work in tandem to give you the right buying or selling signals. I would advise you to use the content over here for paper trading on TradingView so that you build your skills. All right, with that said, let's proceed. So I'm on a Nifty 50 spot chart, 5 minutes chart, that is no indicators are active apart from sessions break, which is the page setup feature. If you activate this, it shows you where one day ends and the other day begins. Apart from that, always make sure that when you're using the page setups that I have shown you, where you have these numbers over here, when you right click, this scale price chart should be ticked. All right, this is very important, so just make sure it is ticked. We need that for clear visibility of charts. Sometimes the charts contract too much, but as long as that is clicked, it'll always be shown in a way that is correct and in focus. So anyways guys, so this is going to be two indicators. The first indicator is going to be something that I've used many times in the past. It is EMA trend bars, and we are going to use it in its default settings. What are the default settings? It comes by default on 34. Now if I say reset settings, you'll see that this number does not change. The only thing that changes is the color on screen. This line, it uses by default, it uses a red line. Since the candles are also red, I tend to use a purple line, so I'll cancel this. You'll notice that my line when the market is going down is purple instead of red. That way the candles become red, but I see that the drop is starting with the purple line. Apart from that, what I've done is on this bar colors, I've chosen a very fluorescent kind of a green, and this is a very bright kind of a red for candles, that is. So this is ticked, EMA is ticked, EMA is running at 34, and these two are unticked. All right, so just set the colors according to your specification, however it is visible to you. The most important setting is this 34, and that is what it comes default with. So as long as you're not tampering in that, most of the other changes that you make are cosmetic. The bottom line is EMA trend bars works on EMA 34, which is the most important setting. All right, now apart from this, one of the most important videos on my channel is a video that I released about 10-15 days back. It got a lot of views. I'll show you the video once again. It's called The Trading System The Trading System No One Will Show You Because They Can't. It's my creation. It's magic if you get it. Part 1. Then about 4-5 days after that, I released a part 2, which was over here. If you have watched that part 1 and part 2, great. If you have not, then I would suggest you watch it. It's a different way of trading options. It's a way that really works for me. I use that system day in and day out. So even today I was using that same system. It works great for me, not only in options, in equity options, that is I trade the indices, not stock options. I trade on the index, so Nifty, mid cap, bank Nifty, and fin Nifty, and I use these settings. Apart from that, it also works fantastic on crude, natural gas, gold and silver. I very rarely trade, but I do trade crude and natural gas, and it works perfectly for crude and natural gas also. So if you've not watched this video, Trading System No One Will Show You, please watch the 1 and 2 of that, and it will really help you. Now let's get back to this. The reason I showed you that bit is the bottom indicator that we're going to use in this is it works more or less on the concepts that are in that. So the bottom indicator that we will use is something called Vortex Indicator. All right, it's a default indicator in TradingView. It's not by any person. It's something that comes default inbuilt into TradingView. Now when you look at the settings, the only changes I have made is, again, I have chosen a bright green color and a bright red color. Input is 14, that's the default. So even if I reset this, it does not change. The input is still at 14. The colors I have changed because in its default settings, it's not very visible to me. It comes with this blue and red, which is not bold enough, or it is not vibrant enough. so I can't see it properly. So I have just used the colors that I'm using on top for the candles, and it looks like this for me. So here what I've done is I've chosen a fluorescent green and a very bright red. Input is 14, which is the default setting. Choose a color that's you can identify with. For me, this bright fluorescent green and this bright red works, so I'm using that. Now after you make this, it's automatically, as you can see on the screen, it's usable. The only thing that we need to be how do we use it? Basically, it's very simple. As long as EMA trend bars is showing green, the candles above the green line, the market is bullish, we do not short. The moment candles turn red, we get a confirmation by this moving average line is also becoming purple. From green it becomes purple. At the bottom, the red cuts into the green and starts going up. We know that time to short has come. Now you can say over here also the red is cutting into green, but we don't short because over here it is trying to go down but failing. Over here the red is cutting into green, that's fine, but if it's not corresponding with what you're seeing on top, you do not take that call. All right, it needs to correspond. Both need to be working in sync. Over here it happens in sync. The green candles become red, the green moving average becomes purple. Over here the red cuts into green. That means the time to short has come. Now the way I use this is very simple. I split the page into two. I've got many monitors over here, so I'll apply this setting to the entire layout. On one monitor I look at mid cap on the left and Nifty on the right, and it looks like this for me. And on another monitor I look at Fin Nifty on the left and Bank Nifty on the right. So this is how it appears for me. All right, one monitor mid cap and Nifty, on another monitor Fin Nifty and Bank Nifty. The main indices are always on the right, so Nifty for me is always on the right, Bank Nifty for me is always on the right. The smaller indices are always on the left. Now can you further make this any better? You can add a small thing to this. I mean, okay, now here is where the difference is. If you're on the free system, if you're on the free setup on TradingView, this is good enough. You don't need anything else. But if you're on the paid subscription, you really want to add something, add an RSI. So when you add an RSI, my RSI looks like this because I have unticked everything. All right, only this upper band, lower band, and the middle band I'm using. Middle band I've given it this color. So I'm only using the RSI for borders and nothing else. So it's 70, 30 at the bottom and 50 in the center. Those borders I'm using RSI, and for nothing else. Then what I'll do is I'll go to this Vortex. I'll click on this three dots over here and I'll say move to existing plane below, and then I will click on this three dots again, pin to scale, no scale, full screen, and both the indicators will merge. All right, this is an option. If you want to add an RSI, what the RSI will do is it will kind of give you a center line kind of a reference. That is never going to be perfect, so don't expect that center line always to be perfect. Like over here you can see on the mid cap it looks close to being exactly at the center, but on Nifty it does not look as if it's in the center. It looks a little off, but that's fine. It's just to give you some perspective. That's about it. Do you need to use the RSI with Vortex? No. If you can use it, use it. It works great. Let's switch this to Fin Nifty and this to Bank Nifty. Again, you see Fin Nifty looks more centered. Bank Nifty, it's okay. Bank Nifty also is not bad. It's just to give it some kind of a, perspective that we are using RSI. Is it required? It's not. If you can use it, good. If you don't have it, not a problem. So for people who are on the paid subscription, can use more than two indicators, add an RSI the way I've showed you. Use the RSI for borders. If you don't have the paid subscription, don't bother, just get rid of the RSI. This is how it'll look for normal people who are on the free subscription, and it works great. All you got to do is wait for this red at the bottom to cut into the green and go upwards, and that needs to correspond with what's happening on top. The candles over here need to turn from green to red. The moving average needs to convert to green to red or green to purple, whatever color you have chosen for the moving average to show a downtrend. Candles I have chosen red color. So I'm sure by now you understand how this works. It's very simple. The Vortex works in a similar way to the way I like to see my call inputs moving on the left hand side of the screen. You'll understand when you see my earlier videos, the trading system nobody will show you. If you see the part 1 and 2 of that, you'll understand why I like this Vortex kind of a view. But when you're using that particular system in options, it's very fast, it's very quick. I use that on 4 minutes time frame, and the results have been fantastic for me. This is a normal 5 minutes chart, and on the left it's on 5 minutes, on the right it's on 5 minutes. I'm basically a 5 minutes trader only when I'm using the trading system that nobody shows you that particular video, or when I'm day trading I'm on 4 minutes, because that system works for me on 4 minutes very well. But still, the charts that I'm viewing, apart from what I'm seeing on my trading terminal, is this chart, which is working on the 5 minutes time frame. All right, I use this chart on top. It's very similar to this EMA trend bars. At the bottom, I will use a Vortex. Sometimes I will use MACD. People who are familiar with my channel know my settings for MACD. It's 821.5. If you have not watched my videos on MACD, please watch them. I've got 3 settings that I like for MACD. It's 821.5. The next one is 220.20, and the next one is 3915. All right, out of which my favorite is 821.5. So that is the MACD settings. If you don't like MACD, the problem with MACD is it does not work when there's a divergence happening. Like today, we had a divergence. On top, the candles were going up, and at the bottom, MACD was dropping. So they were not working in sync. When MACD works in sync with what's happening on top, great. But sometimes RSI and MACD don't work properly because there's a divergence happening. Candles are going up, but MACD is going down. So you'll be wondering what's happening. That is when an indicator like Vortex will work great, because this will work more or less in sync with what you're seeing on top. The chances of a divergence happening in this are very low in my limited knowledge. So it's great for people who are intraday traders on the 5 minutes time frame. It's a very colorful representation on screen, and it's very simple to understand. You just need to wait for colors to change, and you need for the top and the bottom to coordinate and be in sync. Once you do that, it's an easy system to make money. I'll just switch this to mid cap again and this to Nifty again, and see how simple it looks. It looks beautiful. I mean, it's uncomplicated, simple, no dramas, straight to the point. All you got to do is be patient, wait for the signs to be right, and when the right moment comes, strike. All right, and you will have a very good run. On that note, I'll end this video. I hope these 2 indicators will really help you in your trading journey. All right, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, then please subscribe, share this video with your family and friends. Also like this video, give it a thumbs up. It motivates us to make more videos for you. If you're already a subscriber, consider becoming a member with us by clicking on that join button. It's a very small amount you need to pay every month. It's more for, I feel good when people become members. It kind of gives me a feeling that yes, people are recognizing my work. I've not done it for monetary reason as much as for appreciation. I'm a person who likes being appreciated for the knowledge I share. So when you join as a member on the channel, it just shows that you appreciate my work. All right, also subscribe to our free Telegram channel. The link is given in the description below in all our videos. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.